Well, I don't think, is Dementia Sundown actually taken?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it probably is by now, though. I mean, I always thought it was a catchy name. I thought it was cool. We were really good at coming up with band names. Fallopian Rust is still going to happen, though.
Yeah.
That's
Fallopian Rust.
Bob has sent me a bunch of drum stuff that I haven't gotten to pick up.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay.
The Shug, Shane Hollister. Logan, Ineichen. Lyndon Ehlers. Wrastlin with music and life for life.
Wrestle with Music and Live, episode 30-5. And I want to say, obviously, a lot of people around here in the Midwest, their name is Bob. I know a lot of Bobs. But I want to tell you something. Nobody Bobs harder than Bobby B in the house. Bobby, how you doing?
Doing good.
Slot the microphone up, man. You got to get right up on that bitch. You almost got to choke it. There he is. Better. I can hear you.
Yeah.
We got Lyndon in the house.
Finally. It's only been like two or three fucking episodes.
Oh, my God. He's been a busy man. And that's what we do in life. We get busy. Sometimes family, sometimes work.
Fucking busy, man.
Right. Yeah.
But, I mean, there was a night where I sat and I played Power Wash Simulator for like...
I almost downloaded that.
Oh, dude, you should. You want to fucking relax?
What is it? Say it again.
Power Wash Simulator.
Is what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
Like you're literally in a power wash and you're washing cars?
Stuff? You power wash stuff. I did a train. You laugh.
I know.
You laugh, but yeah. I mean, there we go. I had to turn me way up. Like,
yeah. Well, I was telling him earlier, you guys are deaf as fuck, so you better check.
I'm making sure. I don't even know if this is my. Yeah, that's me. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just like to. It throws me off if I can hear my echo or the room noise.
What you guys will hear, I won't hear because I'm hearing what's actually being picked up.
Yeah, I know.
The point is,
I'm hearing what I'm hearing.
So you're power washing some bitches.
Yeah. Okay. I was fucking and me and Emily play it together. You can play like co-op, so we're just and it's dead silent. We're just sitting there like on our we both have a Switch and we're just like sitting on the couch playing Power, and it's the most relaxing shit ever. Dude,
do you clean off the house and then
there's a house
shit down the sidewalk?
There's like a whole fucking like back of a house and like a backyard, and it's just like covered in. It looks like shit. It just looks like this whole house. It just looks like there was a giant that walked by and was just like.
He's just like, here's my asshole.
Hey, fuck your backyard. And it's like you have to spray off like the swing set and shit. And it's, I don't know. The game seems to know that it's ridiculous, but it's weirdly satisfying. And then there's like a time lapse of you doing the whole job, like at the very end of it, and you get all this money, and you can buy like better power washers and like extensions and different tips. And
fuck yeah, the game's called Power Wash
Simulator,
brought to you by Pit Lord. They're the ones that he's literally pushing it. Bob, that's the joke. But you were looking for the joke. It's right there. Pit Lord got their own.
I wish we were
now.
Sponsored by Power Wash.
Wouldn't it be crazy to have a Pit Lord game where you just like cook meat?
I guess so. Yeah.
And it's like you perfect your meat and by the way, that's actually like people that cook.
There's
like,
already
they try to perfect shit.
There's already like so many cooking games.
Right.
You'd be mind blown how many different cooking games are, and they're all fun. They're all fucking super fun.
All right, let me set it up. I want to say something. Obviously, I haven't seen you for a while, Bob. I fucking love that I'm seeing you right now. Life has been obviously busy,
Yeah.
And obviously for you. But I think about the times that I remember. Of course, there's not a lot with you. We had a lot of good times we forgot, and I do remember them. But I'm joshing. But I'm trying to think about like the first time I met you, my man, and I'm pretty sure my memory is maybe Jamie Haglin's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
there.
Okay. And I remember just like, I'm walking in. I think I'm.
Dude, we used to get fucked up.
Oh, for sure.
It's such a name that is totally a name of like we used to get fucked up at Jamie Haglin's. That's the perfect name.
I mean, I did. I was there the one time, and I'm telling you what. I walk in. I'm with Jessica. I believe her last name was Whalen. She was a really cool girl. But I remember walking in with her. She's like, "Let's get fucked up." You know, I'm like, "Okay, cool." I'm probably like 20. I don't know, maybe 19. I could be wrong. I walk in and I just remember looking over in the garage and seeing a guy with a Cannibal Corpse shirt or Slayer. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure it was Cannibal Corpse. Obviously, you're wearing it right now.
It would have been that T-shirt.
Yeah, right? It was one or the other.
And I go, oh shit, he looks familiar, you know? And then I'm like, wait, fuck. I think I know him, but I don't know him yet. Like, Lyndon obviously has already been friends with you for quite some time.
That could have been, well, if you were 19, I mean, like, that would have made us like 16. And that was right about when me and Bob started hanging out. So
shit, okay.
It could have been right around the same time where me and Bob like met.
I feel like I seen you at West, right? Or is that wrong?
Yeah.
No, so I probably seen you, and I'm like, oh, that's the guy that wears metal shirts, but I just haven't talked to him yet, kind of thing. And I remember walking in, and I'm not like metaled up. I think I'm like
you
actually.
Never were. When I mean, you
no,
never
I was. I had metal shirts in freshman, sophomore year, and then and then I kind of was like,
before I knew you,
fuck, I'm just gonna wear wife beaters
every day,
aka A shirts. You're not supposed to say wife beaters, boys.
Oh.
Anyway,
tank top works too, right? That's still another word.
Well, at that time, I was probably wearing like a polo or something. I was trying to look like I want to get pussy finally, you know, instead of.
I look like I'm ready for pussy.
Look, I never tried, and I'm getting married, so
right. Well, either way, so I walk through and I see a guy with a Cannibal Corpse. I'm pretty sure shirt or Slayer, which you have, and I'm like, what's this fucking guy doing? Because you were not kind of part of the crowd. I mean, this is like a weird group of people that are just partying in a well, I guess they had. I remember having a fucking big ass pool. Is that right? That was a pool.
I think so, but like I always hung out in the garage. So
okay.
That's so true. That's where we would have been hanging out. In the garage. I never went over there.
He was garaging it. And it was a pretty nice ass house. I remember that. And I walked in and I was like, what's up, man? Fucking nice shirt. And I probably like just was me if I had to guess. Do you remember that interaction? Because I was obviously trying to get ass with this chick I was with.
Well, I remember you being there, and I think Sean Kelly he lived up the street. So
flip the mic up a little bit because that's how it's. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
That's why it sounded like shit. That's why
anyway, Sean and Kelly.
Put
that black thing in your mouth.
Yeah.
There it is.
But no, Sean lived up the street from her, so
okay.
We just walk over there, and
is it the same Sean Kelly that Trevor Goodall put over him last week with the fucking T-shirt?
It's the only Sean Kelly
I've met him.
There's a second Sean Kelly.
What?
Yeah.
There's a second Sean Kelly.
I've only ever known one. I assumed he was the only one.
This is a small world.
Well, anyway. I mean, he's the only true Sean Kelly, but there's another imposter.
Impossible. So you're there just as normal. You've been there already.
I think so.
Okay. It was just cool to see like a metal shirt at a party. I go, oh fuck. Well, that's
probably at a party with a bunch of people who are not.
They definitely don't have a metal shirts on. No. And for me, I'm thinking, wow, this neighborhood's way too rich for me. That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm such a slum goalie.
Where was that?
It's actually next to Walmart. I don't know what that road's called. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I already have an idea kind of where you're talking about.
The houses are great there.
You know where Checkers is?
Yeah.
You're heading west. You can take a left up in there.
Yeah. Dude, I might have went over there with you.
More
Maybe
than
just to
likely.
like pick up drugs or something.
Oh, I'm
It
sure
was
there's
like,
a
we
lot
gotta
of
go
partying
meet
there.
so and so there to pick up the whatever.
Well, again, I meet Bobby B and I go, fuck, man, this guy's like my crowd. We talk some shit a little bit, but obviously we're fucking having a good time. I was having a good time. I remember I get in the pool and Jamie throws a beer at my fucking head because I did a backflip and I wasn't supposed to. That fucking connected, by the way. I got a full fucking beer got cracked right in the skull as soon as I get out of the pool.
Can?
And
Just a
everybody
can. Okay.
but yeah, no, like full force, bro. She was in softball and shit. That bitch threw it.
No glass in the pool.
No. But I didn't get to know you, of course. You know, I was just like, oh man, I remember this guy. And then one of the things, you know, we always bring up on here is like people that have gone to West 2nd Street and their first interaction with it, you know. Obviously that had to been, I mean, we probably seen each other before that.
I think I don't even remember the first time. I don't even know if I was there when Bob was first over there. He might have ended up there with somebody else.
Oh, I don't know.
I just
That's
don't
my
know
point.
how.
Bob, do you remember the first time you went to West 2nd Street?
No. But I always still talk about the nasty ass shit you took the one day. And I came in the house and I'm like, dude, it fucking smells like death in here.
Is it when
dude,
when you were living there?
well, no, like 4 more people come through the door. They don't say shit. And then Derek walks through the door and he's like, what the fuck? And I was like, thank God somebody else smells it.
It's like something I ate. You guys both know. Dude, you're like, is that death?
Well, like everybody always shit in that bathroom. And, you know,
Are you talking about
the downstairs
Yeah,
Kitchen,
bathroom.
okay.
the bathroom
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
was supposed to shit in.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
felt good for some reason. Because you knew someone's going to smell your shit.
So bad. Well, we did so much partying in the kitchen in there that it was just bad. It was in bad taste to shit in that bathroom because
Well.
it was going to get.
That's up to you.
Now, if you kept your foot up against the door while you shit,
Well, yeah.
nobody could get it.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Because
true.
there was no lock on the
Well,
bitch.
because we locked him in the bathroom and shot bottle rockets at him under the door.
Yeah, I remember
And,
that. That was
and
good
he
times.
like punched the door, it broke the whole mechanism. So it was the doorknob, whatever that area on the doors was just wrecked for the rest of it. Like when we all moved out, Joe probably went into that house and looked at he'd only been in there like 3 or 4 different times when he took that place over.
Right.
And like he had to have seen all that shit that we had broken. It was just
Yeah, but he was like, oh, this is how much money I made from
Right,
here? I
exactly.
don't give a fuck.
yeah, no shit.
And again, like, you know, West 2nd Street by itself could be a whole thing. This whole episode could be about it because it was so fucking fun. I think one of my fondest memories in life was that I was working at Custom Pack when you moved in. And
I remember that.
yeah,
I remember the first day Bob. I remember the first night Bob lived there. That's what I can tell you.
let's
When I got that big ass bruise on my leg.
That was exactly
and I
what I was
2
thinking
hours
of.
late to work.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Oh man, I'm getting ahead of myself. How about we go to when? Oh man, how about let's think about this. Let's think about the first time you met Lyndon. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we were in
Homeroom.
Yep.
They remember. They remember.
Yeah, that
ahead,
one
buddy.
I can remember. Well, we weren't fucked up. At least I wasn't. Like,
Yeah,
in
I
school.
wasn't yet. So.
Yeah, but
But no, he had all his CDs out and shit. So
Yeah, we
like,
talked
hey,
about that.
this is
Like,
cool.
everybody had their CDs out. You had your actual CDs, especially in your car. If and when you got your car, and people would see your CDs and be like, "Oh, I kind of like you. You're cool."
well, it happened with us because we were in homeroom for whatever fucking reason,
Right.
in high school, and it was like what 9th grade.
I think so.
Like the end of 9th grade. And I had my fucking every CD I had at the time in a huge binder.
Yeah.
And you and I knew somebody mutually that caused us to have a conversation and then just like swap CDs. And then you were like, damn. And I was like, damn.
yeah.
And no, you and Craig had hung out, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it
Yeah.
was. You and Craig Hobart. And so, yeah. And then I just ended up, like, he didn't live very far from me. And then.
So you knew the HTW boys before Lance.
I knew Craig.
Okay.
I didn't know like everybody that hung out over there, but
Right.
Yeah, Bob was never really. Yeah, you didn't spend a whole lot of time in that circle like we did. You were just Bob. You've always just
and
been
you've
Bob.
never been like a pro wrestling guy, right?
I was into wrestling when it was Stone Cold and Vince McMahon. Like that whole thing.
Fuck yeah, the best time.
Yeah.
Literally the best
Attitude
time.
Era.
When you get to beat up your boss and tell him he's a piece of shit. How fucking cool is that? Unless you get a really cool boss, then, you know, whatever.
Well, dude, I thought when I was a little kid, I was like, spraying him with a fucking beer truck. That's the shit.
How fucking cool, right? And again, you guys met early on, and I was the aspiration about music there as well, meaning like I kind of want to play something. I mean, for sure, I already knew
inevitably, like, right. I mean, that had to have been one of the first things we talked about is that he played drums. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to play bass and guitar at the time. Right.
But you guys both like metal. What was the album that you're like, oh, I fucking like this guy when you seen it, Bob?
I think it was probably just like Morbid Angel and shit.
Yeah, that would have been the first thing because you had the Gateways shirt. And that was like...
I got that at the fair one night when I was with Craig Hobart.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was the only, other than Andy Russell, you were the only two people I knew that listened to Morbid Angel. And that was like a thing because Morbid Angel was so fucking cool.
Man, was they.
Holy
they still
shit.
are. I mean, I know that they did what they did. But, again...
On average, Morbid Angel is...
they did what they did, man.
On average, Morbid Angel is like kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Here and there. Like, I mean, they'll make some goofy, weird choices at times because Trey's just like, I'm going to play this child-sized Casio and make this instrumental track. And it's like, and he's like, yeah. That's Morbid Angel does that sometimes. So, and then they did a whole album of that essentially, and that was garbage. But.
That was kind of what I was referring to.
Yeah.
I liked the really heavy shit on it. I was like, okay, cool.
It was all right.
And then it was like, what?
And then it was really.
I think the whole world went, what? What the fuck happened?
Oh, when the one song comes on.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Man, there's a couple on that one.
The Kill a Cop song.
Kill a Cop.
I like to just.
Okay.
I don't even consider it Morbid Angel.
No, it's
even
not.
Though it is.
That's it. I would have been happy with Trey Ezekthought just being like, here's a regular Morbid Angel album, which was like 6 of the songs on that. And then, here's this like bonus disc that has all this dumb shit that I like also. Although Destructo's versus the Earth song was cool.
But I mean, when you think about Morbid Angel, it's obviously Trey Ezekthought.
Yeah, it's
so
super,
that's why
it's weird and dorky.
It occurred.
It's
you know what I mean?
It's like the dorkiest of all the early death metal bands.
That's like for me, if Derek's gonna, even though we're not a band currently, but if Dark Rip were to be a thing and he says, "Hey, I got this new track," and he shows me it, and it's that, I go like, no.
Yeah. You just do it.
Fuck, just do it. I go ahead, bud. Like, I'm not a part of that.
Think about like the new members like Tim Young and the other guitar player that joined the band for that album.
And they're like, what the fuck
imagine
happened?
you joined like you joined Meshuggah.
Yeah.
Like because Jens Kidman died or something.
Oh, I hope not.
But you get the job.
I would.
You get the job.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I can scream.
Everybody's gonna look at you when he dies now, but
no. Are you kidding me, man?
Anyways, the point I'm making is like you joined Meshuggah.
You're gonna pop up on Google like right next.
And like
first person they're gonna probably get is obviously somebody with the last name Gutenberg. You idiot.
Yeah.
I think you both get that cream.
But
anyway,
I imagine and they start showing you like the new album that's half done, and it's a bunch of dumbass garbage. Like, you're like, oh fuck.
I feel like I got told.
Have to fly home.
No, I would. I'm a real person though.
Yeah.
So if literally he hands me it and it's some fucking like whatever Morbid Angel type, I just go, this isn't real, right? And then they'd hopefully be laughing and they'd be like, we're fucking with you. Obviously you're gonna sing over this, and then show me. But if they didn't, I'd just be like, have fun. Fuck you. I'll go from making nothing and doing nothing in music to I'll just keep doing that.
I mean,
nothing in music.
Really, I mean, it probably makes sense just to do it because you still have that on your resume at that
No,
point.
I'd be like, what
yeah,
the
I was on the crappiest
Okay,
Morbid Angel album, but I mean, like, I was hired to be on it.
Right.
Like, how cool is that?
It's like I didn't write the shit.
It wasn't me.
I had to play it, but I didn't write that shit.
I suppose you can make chicken salad out of chicken shit, is what it's called. But dude, I don't think I want to make chicken salad out of fucking Meshuggah's chicken shit.
I mean,
that would suck. That would be like, I would be crying the whole time I'm fucking. Maybe that's what they want. They want tears and. This next song is called Tears. Second song is called Tears 2. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I just feel like, especially with Morbid Angel, is more of a Treya as a goth, and he likes a lot of he likes that because he plays video games, and he kind of came out and was like, hey, listen, that's shit I like to listen to.
I totally get it. I'm like, when I read a couple
and then I'm
of
going
those
like, how do you create riffs like where the slime lives though?
Yeah, he didn't.
And then I'm like, oh, that kind of does make sense because those things, well,
yeah, it's probably Eric Rutan. Any of those fucking riffs are Eric Rutan. I promise you. I promise you.
It makes sense.
I will. If
Or
I'm
at least
wrong,
it's
I'll suck his dick.
At least it's inspiration, right?
Well, I mean, whatever.
You're around people, you'll pick it up.
I'm 100% really like from like I would say from like Covenant up through Gateways, any of those kind of riffs.
Right.
That was Eric Rutan, dude. That was Eric Rutan.
God, that riff's fucking cool with a slime live.
That
was
album's good.
Yeah.
That was the first one everybody hated too, if I remember correctly. Domination wasn't super.
Domination was the one they got
came out.
flack for because they were, going all balls deep and they were kind of getting a different groove, and that is a different groove and still today is. And even the video, even though it's, it's got that cheese sense to it, is pretty fucking cool. I don't know.
That's rad.
Yeah. And again, we were getting back to, you guys figuring out what, like, hey man, this fucking guy likes this. I like that. Fuck yeah, I kind of like this dude. And, early on, you played drums. And I remember you telling me that probably that night, the first time I met you, like, I play drums a little bit. And I remember going like, fuck, I need a drummer at the time, and again, this is kind of a fucked up timeline, but I remember going, oh, like we had already kind of got over Cuneiform. Well, was it Cuneiform?
No,
that had already been done by then.
Had it been?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. That's hard to say.
And again, I was just looking for people that liked metal, because everybody else seemed to be like, Derek, he did his own thing. He made Ancients, I believe.
That was after.
Was that way? See, that's the timeline that's fucked up. I don't remember.
What was the first show we played? The first show we played was in like 2005. I think it was like that November 2005.
Okay.
And at the VFW Hall.
Okay.
In Moline or East Moline over there.
Yeah.
By the Get and Go. And then we played one more show. And I mean, probably 6 months later. So that. Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I'm not in a band. I cut my hair.
Yeah.
Obviously,
if you'd already... Well, no, you cut your hair by the time...
I had no hair when I met you, Bob. I remember that.
You cut your hair pretty early on to me and you knowing each other. Sure.
Okay. I just remember going like, hey, man, I still want to do music, of course, I feel like everything that's happening at that time isn't working out for me. But I remember going like, if I know anybody in music, I'm just going to, I'm going to keep them as a friend. And I remember seeing you and be like, I think I got something with this guy. This guy's cool. And I don't even know him yet, and Bob is cool. He exudes that, especially with that big ass beard still. I love that, buddy. That's cool. But fucking bearded out, brother. You had long ass hair at the time too, and a beard, if I recall.
No, I didn't have a beard.
Maybe it was. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so you're right, but I think you had long hair.
Yeah, I had long hair.
Okay,
I just can't remember when I started growing a beard.
It wasn't then because I remember I remember you now better. I remember how you looked in high school from that picture that you showed me after we found out that my parents moved into your old house.
Oh yeah,
That's a weird fucking story. And
that's just
tell me
so
about
weird.
That's a coincidence.
well, yeah. So, you know, I mean, you showed me that picture, and it's like, oh yeah, that's Bob in high school. So I can say,
Yeah.
Bob didn't. The beard didn't happen till after high school for sure. But yeah, no. Well, my parents moved out of like my childhood home.
Yeah.
And they moved over. They had told me, you know, we're moving up. Was it north of Locust Street on Emerald? I was like, oh yeah, that's where Bob. That's up where Bob used to live. Ha ha ha! How crazy that you guys are living.
Yeah,
there.
and I remember you saying that, like, my parents are getting a house up in that area. I'm like, cool.
Yeah. How they remember? I used to live up there. Yep. Dan's parents still live up there. Dan lived over there.
Yeah.
And-
okay. I kind of know the area.
Yeah. So like, I didn't go over there until like a month ago. Or it was Christmas weekend or something like that. And they'd been moved in and drove down there. You know, walked up to the house, didn't even like really notice anything. And
He's
like I
walking up,
walk
he's like,
in,
none
I
of
walk
this-
into the house, and
Wow.
like it's just kind of familiar. And Clarissa was in town, my sister, and she's
Yeah.
like, she starts talking about it. She's like, I feel like we've been in this house before,
What the fuck?
and like she was saying, it was like, wasn't this so and so teacher like we had in elementary school, like where there was like a party at her house or something, and
Yeah.
wasn't this her house? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I was never at her house. That's weird. When were you there? And, you know, a lot of stuff. And we got in like conversation. And then like my dad is like, come downstairs and see the bar. I was like, oh, cool. You know, go down there. And I walk down there, and the bar is where we hung out a good portion of the time.
Oh,
The
so
bar
that
and the
was-
back
yeah, okay.
porch, which I don't see until way later. And I go down in this bar, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this house? Like, why? What
Feeling
is
Bob's energy?
what the fuck? I mean, like everything. A lot of this house had been renovated since. I mean, what,
Yeah, it
12
does not
years
look
ago.
the
No, the
same at
basement's
all.
totally
Oh, yeah.
different. Other than the bar, the bar is like the only thing that hasn't changed, other than the floor.
Okay.
And I start getting these weird, just sort of like.
Deja vu.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. And Clarissa's down there with me, and my older sister, and because Clarissa used to hang out there too. And dude, I'm like, I think wasn't this Bob's house? Wasn't this Bob's old house?
So crazy.
And
Crazy coincidence.
and Clarissa goes, oh my God. And then, then I start running around the basement. I'm like, oh, this is all different. What the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. That's when I go back upstairs, and that's when it hit me. And I'm just like, it was like that, you know, when you're in a
That's
dream and the
crazy,
hallway
dude.
keeps getting longer and you're trying to run down it, but it's just
fucking
like,
crazy.
and then I noticed the cabinets, and because had the little like railing along the top of the
Yeah,
cabinets.
they had like a fence going,
and
along
that's
the
where
top
Bob
of
hit
them.
his bong, and like there were beer cans up there because you could just throw stuff up there and it wouldn't roll off the cabinets.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm just like, holy fuck. And it all came to me because there's still the island in there, but there was a spot like where you had that TV that's different too. There's
Yeah.
not like that partition there anymore. So some of the space is different. But like my parents just get back home from like getting pizza for all of us because we're there, you know, just visiting, and I'm like, you guys live in Bob's old house. And my mom's like, what? It's like, this is the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
And I start telling them all this shit. And I'm like, oh, dude, like, oh, fucking wild. It was the weirdest thing. And there's still that pool cue is still hanging up above the bar that like none of the other owners apparently ever touched. Because there's not another pool table down there.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, I wonder if it's one of the original ones from the
Yeah.
table.
You might want to give that to Bob, you know?
It's still down there.
That's pretty
My
dope.
dad's like, I haven't even touched it.
Fuck.
Yeah, 'cause he
Dale
just-
wouldn't mind.
No, he just cleans his guns down there. Watches
no,
TV.
Good old Dale.
You were texting with me and asked me if I could remember the address, and I actually remembered it out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was, and he's just like, I don't know, it was da 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 da. I'm like, that's it.
Holy
That's the one.
shit.
That's so weird. It's so weird.
Coincidence, but real, like
Very cool.
Very cool.
There's a lot of memories in that house. Like, Bob, I remember being there when Bob was sold beer when we were still underage.
Oh, dude, and I ran in and dropped
Holy
the one.
shit. We go to a fucking like T-Mart. Yeah, T-Mart on Locust
hell.
Street. And Bob's just like, I'm just going to see if he's just going to sell it to me. I'm just going to go in. Just going to go in.
Bob's got a
We were
look.
19,
He good.
I mean, right?
Although
18 or
when you
19?
fucking
I
shave that
didn't.
shit, you look like a 12-year-old boy, Bubba.
Yeah. No, I didn't have the beard or anything.
We
But
were
I was
very
like,
obviously,
okay.
we were very
Okay.
obviously kids.
everybody else went in there and bought
But you
shit.
never know
Yeah.
if some asshole's like, hey, here you go, buddy. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, so what happened?
So, yeah, I'm sitting in the Durwood, sitting in the truck. And Bob goes in and he comes out and you had like, it was the High Life days.
No, it was 2 12-packs of MGD.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was MGD because they were out of Miller High Life.
And he comes out and
Champagne
he's
of
like,
beers.
he's like, dude, he fucking sold it to me. And we drove all the way home and Bob's just like yelling. You're like yelling out the truck. Like, I bought beer. And it's like this one dude who's like, fuck you. And then you stopped and you're like, started backing up.
Oh, no.
But yeah, so the funniest part is we get back to the house, the place that is now where my parents live, and Bob runs into the fucking house and he's got both these 12 packs like on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Was that, or did you have them both like on one or something? I don't remember.
I can't remember. I just remember eating shit and the one
Strips.
side of it fucking broke.
So hard. Oh, dude, that was great. It was just
He wasn't on a dirt bike that time.
no. When did that happen? I don't know what you're talking about.
Somebody's random dirt bike that left their house.
What?
Anyway,
I don't know. I wish that was the story.
something like that. I could be wrong. Somebody's got. Anyway, the point is, you guys obviously had some tomfoolery with each other, having a great time and growing up together. And I remember, oh man, again, let's get back to the West 2nd Street part of it. I remember the first time that I said, hey,
Hey.
the basement's open. And you said, yes.
Yep. God, living in that dingy motherfucker, dude.
Nobody again, except for me, lived down there, which I did as well. And it was West 2nd Street, and the basement was free, and I didn't want to live where I was at, so I went down in that motherfucking basement and slept on a couch that was down there, and didn't give a flying fuck. You know, obviously, for the most part, I probably slept on the upstairs couch, I'll be honest with you.
Were you not living here at the time? Or this is one of the times where you just showed up and slept?
No, I lived there for about, what was it, 6 months when Shug was living there. And I ended up staying in the basement for a bit and just living on that couch. And then but I set up a little situation, you know. I was like, fuck it.
I was always impressed with how you lived down there.
Oh, he lived
like,
down
for
there
a little bit.
I mean, again, he did what he had to do.
It was all right,
Yeah.
but after a while, it's like, fuck. The smell of the neighbor's basement would always carry over to ours. Like whatever air freshener they use down there.
Yeah.
I still remember the day I was laying in bed and I heard them open up the fucking door up top. And she's carrying like a bag of cans and bottles in here. 2 steps and then boom. And all this shit comes down to the bottom. And then I just hear, and I'm laying there in bed like, what the fuck? Dude's wife just died.
Are you okay?
Nah, fuck her.
Yeah.
Fuck her. Fuck those people. Trash.
Wes was nice. He was a nice dude.
Well,
He was cool,
okay.
dude. Yeah, he was a good dude.
All right. I can't say
We could
I ever
have
had
worse
anything.
fucking neighbors for sure.
I can't. Well,
We were the
we were the
assholes.
worst neighbors.
We were the assholes.
But it was later on. It was later on when we weren't. When it was just me living there.
Yeah.
And like Josh, and then even for a time it was just me because Josh was just like back and forth from his mom's all the time, and
That's so weird.
You couldn't even,
The last recruit.
Dude, it was so,
the last
and
recruit
it
of West
sucked.
2nd Street.
It sucked being there, being the only one. It was way too big of a place. Like, I could never live in a big house by myself because it would drive me nuts. Like, I enjoy my, 300 square foot apartment right now. It's amazing.
Hell yeah.
But,
I get it.
You can run through Lyndon's apartment, probably 4 long ass steps.
You could, if you were tall enough,
it.
you could probably long jump through my apartment.
Shit, I'm super short, so I get it.
Like, it's one of those, if you sprawled out, you could probably reach the bedroom, kitchen, and you're already in the living room.
Damn.
Dude, I mean, you want to talk about fucking loud ass pieces of shit? These people that live above me, the apartment above me, you have to take the stairs up, but our front doors are right next to each other, so that when they're walking up the stairs, you can hear them through my wall. Yeah. But they're dumb and shitty and loud, and so they constantly just throw each other down the stairs. And the glass in the front door is just smashed because one of them fell and just fell through the glass outside,
man.
and our landlords are just non-existent. So it sucks. But
that guy knocked on Lyndon's door at 1 a.m. and asked him if he stole his pizza.
Emily wakes me up and she's like, "Is that somebody knocking at the door?" And I'm just still half asleep, and I hear, I'm like, "What the fuck?" It was midnight. Yeah. Which, I mean, we're in bed by 10 as normal people, so at midnight I'm fucking walking. I'm, what the fuck? And I open up the door. I had to contemplate even answering the door for a second. It's what if I just didn't answer it? My parents would have called me if there was a problem or something, but who the fuck is knocking at my door? Maybe it's some shit. I don't know. Somebody ran into my car in the middle of the night or something. Right. So I opened the fucking door, and it's this guy. He's got one arm. He's this short Mexican guy. And he's like, "Hey man, did you take my pizza?" And I've got my door just cracked open, and I'm asleep still. And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Did you take my pizza? I ordered a pizza. It said it got delivered. Did you take it?" "No, I'm asleep, dude." He's like, oh, "Okay." And he's just and he's hanging around the door. He's not even stepped outside of the door. He's just hanging out around his front door, knocking on my door.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was really funny, but sucked at the same time.
I had a guy come up the other day, dropping off some Hy-Vee food for Alicia or something. He was he's like, "Hey, I need to ask you. I need a cigarette." That's how he said it. And I go, "What? What'd you say?" And he goes, "I need to bum a cigarette from you." And I said, "Well, you came to the wrong house. I don't smoke cigarettes." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then I was taking the bags and stuff, and then he kind of gave me a look, and I was just like, "Have fun." Good luck. I was like, wait. I was owing you a cigarette. Hey, I have to get a cigarette from you. I'm like, I don't fucking know you, dude.
It's a weird way to ask.
Oh man,
if you don't know somebody.
Was he secretly homeless?
He had your actual delivery guy in the back of the van.
He might have. He got everything I needed though, so it was fine.
Well, you stay there. I got to do this. Get the fuck out this guy.
That's exactly a cigarette.
It's probably Travis Gutenberg. Gutenberg's fucking son, that son of a bitch. Bro just hit a fucking ice Gutenberg.
It's first I was just a delivery guy for the Hy-Vee, and now I'm the new singer of Meshuggah. This is how it goes.
What I'll say about especially that time, so many times. But I'm getting off, I'm at Custom Pack, I'm going, fuck, I hate my goddamn life. I just worked however many hours, and I get home, and every time I got home, I don't know, it's probably I'm gonna say 11:30, something like that, maybe midnight. I'd hear you boys just in the back going, and I'd go, oh, fuck yeah, I got to the right place, because I'd just be like, fuck, it's Friday or whatever it is. And I was going man, I'm hoping people want to hear some shit talk. And we
You definitely did.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of the neighbors heard us and our bullshit, like in the middle of
So that was what we called back porching her.
back porching it.
Oh, man. I mean,
A lot of time you would show up, you would be just so fucking annihilated already.
No, not at all. Not with those times.
Okay.
No, I would actually just come in and I didn't want to interrupt your guys' fun, so I'd fucking pop a bottle and just drink half, and then I'd come out. If that's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying so many times we'd be out there and you'd show up and you would be like closed eye drunk.
Well, this is
Like, I'm talking about like coming outside, just like, hey, you guys are sure what you do. And then you'd be like, I want to hit the bowl, and then we'd hand you the steamroller.
I'm talking about when Bob lived there.
Oh, well,
That's
mean,
what
okay,
I'm talking about.
I don't know what
not
the specifics
not the
of-
entirety of Westminster.
That's what I'm talking about.
When Bob
just
moved
generally.
in, when Bob moved in, you guys back porched her so good.
Oh, yeah, for a
And
while.
I literally would come out there and go like, "Fuck yeah, you guys are still up!" And then,
Well, yeah, we'd always trade food.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And that's what I'm getting at. Those were the best times.
Sanchos. Hey, there's a chili Sancho in the fridge for you.
I got a few of those from you, Bob, and I appreciate that till I'm dead. It was great. Those chili Sanchos made me shit my ass.
Yeah.
Through
It's like all they're good for.
your whole ass shits a new ass.
And it was
Gives birth to a new ass.
It looks like Pink Floyd The Wall video.
pink sock. We're on the same wavelength, brother. Yeah, man. I tell you what, I'd fucking wake up and I'd go, oh shit, I gotta go shit where everybody's eating in the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
To bring it back.
Yeah.
Shitting in that fucking bathroom.
Dude,
you know?
and sometimes the water pressure in that toilet would be so bad you'd shit and the turd would just stick to like the lip, like the the bump on the bowl.
Yep.
And you just would notice.
Oh, dude, it had permanent shit stain on it.
Oh, dude, you couldn't do anything. You would not be able to do anything to that.
Are you talking about Tommy? Guess what? He almost came on the podcast tonight. We were going to ask him about the dishes he still didn't do.
He's still in the basement. It was
Do the dishes, Tommy!
that was you know what though? I mean, I will
I'm just
come
kidding. I
clean.
love Tommy.
I mean, everybody went through a phase of not doing fucking dishes there.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I had my time, you had your time.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, our time, we're probably both together.
I mean, explain that because I don't know.
Meaning
I've been
neither
there
of us
so
did
long, I
our
don't know.
dishes. Neither of us did our dishes.
Oh, okay.
And then that's why. No, don't say yeah, okay. You fucking remember. I remember finding whole plates covered in barbecue sauce because you'd be microwaving an entire bag of frozen chicken
Well,
nuggets.
it might have been the night before, though. That's what the weird thing about West 2nd Street is. Like, literally, you can't expect to do the dishes when you're annihilated at 3 in the morning.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying there.
Yeah.
I wasn't
wake up the
necessarily.
next day
I wasn't
and go,
necessarily
"Oh,
commenting
fuck."
on the reason for not doing them.
I
Just
think-
saying we weren't doing.
I think
them.
you weren't
Oh.
bad, Lennon. You weren't bad. And I wasn't bad.
Well, I
Bob
remember getting
definitely
bitched
wasn't
at,
bad.
and then I remember, and then my point.
This is a podcast.
I remember getting yelled at about not doing my dishes. But then I remember being one that was mad about dishes not getting done, like years later,
That's
when it
roommate
was like,
problems, right?
Exactly.
When
I was not the youngest one in the house, but the oldest one in the house, or, you know.
The only time
One
it
of
was
the
a
oldest.
problem was me and Bob one night calling out Tommy for some shit. And it was a problem in a sense that maybe things could have went down, but he just understood, like, this is what's happening, bro.
It's so weird to imagine those kind of confrontations happening at the house because
Well, and again, it wasn't a confrontation
earlier
though.
on.
It was just like, hey, man, do your fucking dishes. We just did them, but fuck you.
I'm
Kinda
saying
thing
I
like
don't
that.
remember those kind of things ever happening. Not that they shouldn't have, because they probably should have when we were younger.
I mean, if you
Like
keep saying,
before Tommy, when Tommy was like 14 and we
I'm
were
gonna have
all
a
like
mad
19.
lip if you keep talking.
I'm sorry,
Bob,
I'm
get that.
interrupting.
Look at your fucking mad lip. Anyway, no, it was one of those things where everybody, like, we're all young bucks, and obviously we're not doing everything right, but some nights, one of my favorite night we'd be like, me and Bob would go like, it's fucking clean night, and we just get drunk and just clean shit.
We get hammered, clean the whole fucking house.
That's pretty fucking funny, actually. That I also cannot imagine, but can also imagine.
Right.
Like, now I can think about it, but I couldn't have imamed it then. I think Josh might have told me about that happening. He's like,
great times.
Fucking Logan and Bob got fucking drunk and just cleaned the whole kitchen.
Well, the worst thing was where we were keeping all the beer boxes.
Yeah.
Up in the closet or whatever. Yeah. Shit, closet. Whatever that fucking shit was.
What the pantry?
The pantry.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
When we took him out to burn him, and he had all his McDonald's and Taco Bell shit in there because he didn't want to take the fucking garbage out.
Tommy, you bitch! It was great. I loved it.
He has a family now and seems to be pretty well put together.
Yeah, I know. He's doing good.
As we all are.
We'll put him on the podcast. We'll see his rebuttal. It's just pro wrestling, bro.
That would be great. West 2nd Street Court.
The court.
The court. With like you, Bob, Shane, Tommy, fucking...
Shug was the worst.
Well, yeah.
In West 2nd Street.
I don't know. I'm not going to say yes or no.
God damn, he's getting fucking insane. I didn't get to see any of that, and it sucked.
I wasn't around for much of it.
Yeah, I wish.
Like, I think... The funnest thing about living with Shane was just like his like the chaotic relationships he had while living at the house. I mean, let's be real. Like watching a party, and I love Shane, and I'm not going to tell the stories just because I've fucked him over in that area once before, and I'm not going to do it again. But Shane arguing with women, or having some kind of girlfriend issues loudly and in front of everyone was always entertaining. And it would always happen at the perfect time. I'd be getting off work and I'd come home and I just hear, like both of them, and there's like a party of people, that are just awkwardly leaving.
A party of 5.
And I'm just standing there in my work clothes. Like, I'm not even going to go shower yet. Like, I'm going to watch this go down. But now... I will say that I've had those moments myself by now, so, and probably in public, so I can sympathize. Absolutely. I couldn't then, I can now, but it's still funny.
Oh yeah, sure.
And that was fun.
To fight me because he thought I fucked Bree, and he kicked my door in one night, and I beat the fuck out of him in the front yard. I didn't really. I just took him down. And
beating the fuck out of each other was pushing around.
Comes up with a goddamn machete. It was Wes's son or some shit.
So was that you and... It was I know who it was. It was the step kid.
Yeah. So he's got a machete. He comes up. Bruh's outside.
I didn't realize that was the fight. I know I've heard the story.
And then Bruh comes out and goes, "Why do you have a machete?"
I can guarantee Bruh was like, "Why do you have a machete?"
Yeah, and the guy goes, "What?" And I look over and I see, oh fuck, this guy has a machete. Like, what the fuck? And all I did was like hit the ground around Shug's head and was like, "This is what would happen."
Yeah,
again, it was because he thought I fucked Bree. I had nothing to do with that. He was just out of his mind drunk.
No.
And again, those were West 2nd Street Chronicles. They were amazing. And that was life. It was fun. And life was always having an adventure at West 2nd Street.
I would
like
say...
I said, when I got off work or, it wasn't always Lyndon there. I'd hear Bob's cough and he would, I'd go, fuck yeah, Bob's out there. I'm going to go see what's going on. And then we'd have a good old talk about whatever thing it was on your mind. It was going to get spewed out, especially me. And you guys were fucking there a lot of the time, bullshitting. But I feel like West 2nd Street, obviously, a lot of debauchery within our bodies.
Dude, I mean...
But West 2nd Street was good
so
overall.
Special that we all, like, so many of us, like, had either lived there or spent so much time there and just, like... It was one of the funnest roommate situations. I mean, it was the best roommate situation I ever had.
Right.
And even though, like, it was crazy, I mean, just those parties where you didn't want to go downstairs and walk in your socks like, on the floor because Logan flipped the coffee table over and there were like 5 beer bottles under it, you know?
Fuck, I hadn't done that. Like early on, I did for sure. Later on, I didn't.
Somebody did it
When
for
Bobby
sure.
B was there, I never.
It may not have been you. I mean, but there was that one night, you know.
Didn't we burn the couch? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wasn't there for the couch burn. I was there for the mattress burning.
Oh man, the couch burning was great.
And we burned Shane's boot.
That thing needed to get burned because I think people were getting itches from that thing.
Which couch was it? I don't remember.
You remember?
It was
Was it the sofa bed?
It was that shitty, fucked up blue one from upstairs.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That thing was fucked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The fuck couch.
The fuck
was
couch.
the fuck
Yeah,
couch?
it was
For
the fuck
sure.
couch.
I definitely fucked up.
Because there was the shorter one that was up against the double doors
Okay.
to your room.
Yeah.
Like that was always like the boxier, shorter one that was like by the stairs. But then you're talking about the one that was up against like the flat, the other wall, right?
Oh man, the debauchery.
The one I would regularly see like unfolded down in the middle of the night, and Shane would be like dry humping. Like, and it was just like walking into like an episode of Big Brother or some bullshit. It's like it should be like a night vision camera. Yeah, that couch.
Nice.
Fuck that couch. Ugh.
Fuck that fuck couch.
And you burned it. You guys did exactly what should have been done with it.
Yeah.
Well, and probably shouldn't have been done, but we did it because we didn't give a flying
You
fuck.
didn't get in trouble. So
It's West Second. Nobody cares about a black cloud.
God, dude.
West
could you
Second
imagine?
Street is a black cloud.
The best part is that the fire pit was basically in Gus's fucking fence, and he didn't give a shit. Like the whole fence was fucking hot as shit.
I'm pretty sure he came out and was like, "Hey guys, how you doing? Like, you need more firewood?"
Comes out, flicks a cigarette in
Dude,
it.
he's probably came out there with a can of like Natty Ice. He's like, "You guys burning a couch?
For sure, Natty Ice. For sure, Natty Ice.
Ha! Holy shit!"
All right.
Walks over to Wood Nickel to play pool.
Yep.
Love Gus. I saw him at Hy-Vee just a few weeks ago.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah, he's the man still.
dude, amazing.
Good neighbor. That's a good neighbor. Hey, as long as you guys stay over on your fence when shit's going down, I'm cool.
Yeah. Oh, dude, remember all the squirrels that lived in his
Every so often be out there on his fucking ladder being like, fucking squirrels, man.
Dude,
There's like a family of them.
Dude.
I would have killed him for him.
Yeah.
I mean, get a BB gun. Fuck.
I think that's what he was trying to do, and he
should
couldn't
have.
get them all.
Especially if they're burrowing.
I mean, you start
and
shooting
fucking-
a BB gun though in the house, though, that starts to get crazy because BBs ricochet. You ever been hit in the face with a BB?
Yeah.
yeah, it sucks.
It wasn't good.
No.
Yeah.
Shit hurt.
That's why I got a fourth eye.
Anyways, then we burned a couch, we burned a mattress, and then the fucking sidewalk was just forever stained with a
Etched.
black square. It's probably still discolored.
Well,
there.
it's not our problem now.
It wasn't our problem then.
It wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't.
You're just renting, you know.
Right. No, I think the best part was knowing that a bunch of brothers were going to want to party at that time, especially I needed it, you know, going through whatever I was going through. I'm like, man, I'm going to get home and hopefully somebody wants to fucking
Yeah.
share my groove, you know, especially at that time. And there was a lot of angst going on in my life, but, you know, again, I had a lot of things too I still wanted to accomplish. And I was writing a lot of music, but I'm going like, fuck. You know, this isn't good. Nobody's going to play this, you know, and I think we've talked about this a lot on this podcast.
Yeah, it's
about like you think nobody wants to do something. Everyone wants to do something. You just literally need to get out of your funk. I had a funk for the longest time around that time where I was like, fuck, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write this shit and then it's just going to go into the ether and nobody's going to do shit with it. And then
that's
later
what happens like 90% of music.
Right.
For sure.
And then later I realized, no, I can figure out a way for this to come out, you know? And I had to get my head up my ass, you know, like most people, and just go, well, fuck, this probably isn't what is good. I shouldn't do this, or I should do this. And that, it's called the path correction or whatever, path correction. And you go, oh, okay. All right. And so,
Okay.
I shouldn't do that. I gotta do this.
We were definitely definitely all going through some shit. That's like living there. And if you were living there, you were going through some shit at some point, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, yeah.
Early on, no. Because early on is like...
Yeah, Vitek died, dude. That was the first thing we all went through in that house. Was coming over and you going, dude, fucking Vitek's dead. You're like, no more decapitated. And then it was the truth for like 8 years or fucking
even
whatever.
before you're even there, I go, oh shit, I don't live with my mom anymore.
Yeah.
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking insane
It
kid.
freaked me out when I moved there. The first night I got super sick. I ordered, because that was the height of when everybody there would order nothing but Papa John's.
Oh yeah.
It was all we ate. And that way, that went on for a while.
It went on for a while.
And I ate
Bob
Papa John's.
brought it back.
And I got all my stuff moved in. You know, everything was set. And I sat down there in the living room and I realized I just moved out for the first time, you know,
Right.
and I just got a really bad headache, ate some Papa John's and I just fucking puked. You know, I wasn't drinking or anything.
Been there. Papa John's puke.
Man, yeah.
Sometimes it gets you.
I think it was just a homesick puke. You know, I just vomited freshly eaten Papa John's. It's fucking sucked. I was so freaked out. Yeah. Oh, it's like that super sugary
Puke up the garlic butter.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. I was drenching it in that fucking garlic butter.
Well, speaking about puke and speaking about drench, I want to say you guys sparked my interest one time when you said that early on you guys wanted to do a band together. And I remember one night getting drunker than skunker with you guys out on the back porchiner, and you said something about a band that you always wanted to do together, which was called...
There's been...
Dementia Sundown.
Yeah.
And I still
was
remember that
thinking
name because
Fallopian
that's
Rust.
amazing, and I feel like I don't even want to put it out there because I don't want nobody to take it. But
It's been stolen.
oh man,
It's already an Australian band.
Any idea you've had? 5 other people already had it.
That's true.
fuck those pieces of shit. God, that sucks.
Or you just take the name
Right.
and then put what state you're from right next to it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're that band, but we're from
Parentheses.
fucking Iowa.
Iowa.
IA.
Yeah, there are a few of those.
Fuck.
I don't give a shit now. Well, I don't think... Is Dementia Sundown actually taken?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it probably is by now, though. I mean, I always thought it was a catchy name. I thought it was cool. We were really good at coming up with band names. Fallopian Rust is still going to happen, though.
Yep.
That's
Fallopian
Bob has
Rust.
sent me a bunch of drum stuff that I haven't gotten to pick.
Oh
up yet.
fuck yeah. Okay. So you recorded some drums?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just what I can do with the electric kit.
Which I was going to ask you about because I'm very curious. Obviously, I on e-drums before. I also think that those are just as good as real drums if you know how to mix it a little bit and you fuck with it for a long time. But sounds like you've been doing that, and that's fucking awesome.
Once you figure out how to do the VST shit,
Yeah.
it's pretty sweet.
Oh, fuck yeah.
At this point, he probably knows how to use that shit better than I do because I still can't figure out MIDI. I still can't figure out how to use my synth as a MIDI controller.
Well,
Okay.
the worst shit is if you look up shit on MIDI on YouTube, nobody has hey,
It's not one specific answer.
This is what it is. People are like,
I mean, Logan knows that for a fact because he's learned the shit on his own pretty much.
I know a lot. So if you do need anything, I'll let you know.
I have to learn how to use because I have this crazy giant 88 key Yamaha synth that is Ben Hansen's. He's just I'm holding onto it because he has no room for it.
Okay.
Even though I live in a tiny apartment, but it's got MIDI out and in, and I want to use it as a controller just to use with just preset fucking just whatever the fuck on my software, but I don't know how to fucking do that.
There's 2 different types of synths.
You don't have
got
to tell me
one
now because
right
it's gonna be
behind
really
you.
boring.
You have
to
2
people.
right behind you. You got your Gaia, which you owned. It's
Yes.
a real MIDI synth. Then you got the 88 keys. That's just a MIDI
just a
controller.
controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those things really are also everything where you have to tweak so much shit.
Yeah.
With your E-drums, what type of drums did you get, bud?
I got the Alesis Crimson 2.
Elise's is a great company. The one thing I didn't like about Elise's, because I got the DM, whatever it was back in the day, they were very loud. Like I'd hit him and go, you know.
I like that he says it's a really good company and then goes, here's what I didn't like about it.
Here's what sucks.
I love it. Other than that, I could replace the sound, and inevitably, if you're into sound, you want to replace your drum sounds and make them sound really good. And what you want to do is maybe find, like, are you saying you got Superior Drummer or Easy Drummer or something like that, or are you saying you're using the sounds from your Elise's?
Well, it sucks. If you're going to use your, like, load up your own shit, you basically gotta split the audio file to like mono and then get rid of one. And so it's the only way it'll read it somehow.
Okay. So there's the other.
I feel fucking retarded even trying to explain it.
No, it's super complicated. That shit audio software is the most bullshit. It's so hard.
Well, the only way you can load it up is I had to put shit onto the computer, like, you know, put a snare drum or whatever, and then put it through Audacity and split it into 2 waves and then delete one. And then it'll like just accept one. But if you put the whole thing on there, it sounds all fucked up.
Ooh.
It's probably just some extra step that you need.
But that was from watching YouTube for like 2 fucking hours.
Right. There's no like, for me, there's never been a perfect YouTube that goes, hey, by the way, Logan, you do this, this, and this, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I had to figure it out too. My thing, especially with E-drums, is everything actually can be simplified in that it's not simplified. So when I said that, I already want to choke that back. But I mean, drum replacement, meaning like drums that sound like fucking real drums, would be like Superior Drummer 3 or Easy Drummer 3, these new programs, and they have an E-drums drop thing, and you just click it, and it would say, what was your drums that you bought? Elise's, whatever it is underneath that tab. You click it, and then it just learns it. That's the shit that I love. So old technology brought into new technology, if you get it. And I have it, and I stole it. So if you want it, let me know. But again, that's what I can send to you, or you can download yourself. There's so many things out there that will help the drum sound to where you want it to sound.
Didn't you get a plugin that was like 90s drums? That was like one of the things you said.
Oh, I got that.
Sounded really like.
You seen that commercial for the Ugertone?
Okay. Ugertone.
I got, it's like the old school death metal drums. Yeah. And, like they got, it's like grindcore drums, just tons of shit. And you can cut them up and mix, you know, drums from each set.
The drummer.
Yeah, he's got, I don't know if it's for that. I don't know if it's necessarily for that company, but I know he's got one that's out.
Dude, keep on keeping on, because you will have a Dimension Sundown. Have you guys ever thought about, like, just, you know, I know you've bullshitted about being in a band, but you ever thought about, like, what that looks like? Like, entirely? Like, well, you're playing bass, I would think, or guitar?
Well, it's like, ideally what would happen is we would write stuff together and then, like, jam it together where I'd be playing guitar.
Would it sound like the guitar parts you created by yourself, or was that wholly what you had?
That stuff's so long ago. I don't know. I've barely picked up guitar lately. I need to, but it really takes me like a week to get back.
Right.
And because I have his dad's old guitar. He's letting me borrow to fuck with. And ideally, we write stuff together, and then if we got far, and at least like record like a 2-song like demo, and then if we wanted to play live, which would inevitably be the plan, I'd probably find somebody to play guitar, then I could play bass and do vocals and stuff. But I don't want to play guitar live. I fucking don't like that idea at all.
Bob, do you ever did you want to do vocals and drum?
No.
No.
It's got to be the hardest thing to do. I don't
It's
know how
the
people
worst.
can do it.
Literally, I watch the Eagles and I go, fuck, how does that guy sing? Like, what the fuck? That's back in the day, by the way. And I'm talking, there obviously been amazing drummers that do singing and drumming, but I mean, like, what the fuck? Like, that's
Fucking the drummer for the band Absu,
right.
Prescriptor McGovern, that motherfucker does like weird ass black metal vocals and then weird drum parts that are crazy and shit, fucking loud.
It's cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
super super dope.
You know, but again, that's hopefully on the horizon.
Well,
you know,
Bobby just got a new job.
oh yeah, talk about that, buddy. What's going on?
Keep it on the DL.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
never mind that.
fucking. So what? I mean, the schedule's gonna change, and we'll be able to probably jam.
Hell
We'll
yeah.
definitely actually have like set times because the job I got right now just kind of screws me. As soon as it snows, I'm fucked.
Okay.
Yep. So it's gonna be more easily doable.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's gonna be cool. Fucking fallopian rust.
Fallopian rust. Man, that is fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude.
That makes me think about all the bands that I never made. You know what I mean? I got a lot of them that are very close to that.
The goal is to make this not one of those. You know. Like,
We're making the band.
yeah.
P. Diddy.
Well, again, if you guys need help at all with recording or whatever, and again, I have
Yeah,
a lot.
likely because I fucking suck at it so bad.
No, I just mean, you know, just demos and stuff. Let me know.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I
Oh,
fucking
okay.
suck
I
at
thought you
doing
meant
this shit.
like I wouldn't use you kind of thing.
No, I fucking.
Coulda went-
I just hate recording myself. It's
I hate
fucking-
everything.
I hate trying
about
to learn.
recording too.
Yeah, I'm too old to be learning how to use recording software. I've done it enough to like record.
Dude, recording's fun when you're not recording
Yeah.
for anything.
Yes, love it.
Just fucking off.
Love it.
It's like, oh man,
Yeah.
that sounds great, but now I got to do something serious, and no.
I mean,
Everything
I like,
I've ever done is always like, oh fuck, okay,
I
I'm gonna
like the
use
pressure.
this in some way.
I like the pressure of recording like stuff that I have to be good at. But
right.
in general, like when you and I just record shit or have in the past, like that's really fun when we're just
Right.
fucking around. But doing it myself, being at the fucking helm and trying to learn, like being like, I need to do this thing,
Right.
but I don't know how to utilize the tools to do it because it takes 2 hours to fucking learn how to do anything.
Exactly. So what
And-
Lander Vision's talking about, he's talking about, we just recorded a new song, which is the Shug project. And when I listen to it, I go, wow, okay, this is going to be completely different because it's Lyndon Ehlers on bass, and he will always come up with something completely different. Will he not, Bob? He's just wholeheartedly original when he plays that bitch, you know? And he played a 4-string banger and just fucking did some cool shit. And I'm like, wow, you know, this guy knows exactly what I'm going for before I even ask him. And it worked out perfectly. And here's the thing with me, I have another 10 steps I have to do that Lyndon doesn't have to do because he's already done for that
I
song.
just show up and like do something for like 30 minutes.
Dude, he's probably just like, I'm not recording this shit, so there it is.
Yeah, no,
See?
that's exactly. Like I can focus on just doing the thing without the other 50 things. Because god damn it, dude. Like that's like the biggest asset.
That's Dan
I have for
Freitag
Dan.
for
I was
you.
just gonna say, literally the biggest asset.
Hey, Bitlord, what do
Bitlord
I do?
has is
I
Dan.
show up and play this,
Yeah.
and then Dan does the rest.
And
See ya.
Dan has the ear, and he's to sit there and listen to it. And I mean, like he's unstoppable. Like within our fucking camp for sure. It's just like there's
Fucking sure.
and it's oh man, it takes thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars out of your cost as a band. So yeah, so I appreciate people that know how to do that because I've watched all of you fucking learn to do it over years
Yeah.
and years, and you know, man, watching Tim try to do it and then just stop doing it.
I picked
think-
like the easiest route to go.
No, you did not. I wouldn't fucking say that at all because when you were talking about starting like buying an E drum kit, I'm just like, I I wish I fucking knew anything about those.
I mean, you've
first-
seen a little bit from me, right?
The first 2 days I had it, I regretted it until I really started fucking with it.
Yep.
And the best thing I did was I found a second kick tower for it, and it's got another hookup for that, so I don't have to like splice wires or nothing. So I can actually have true double bass. Because every time you use a double pedal on the single pad, it'll skip out.
Yep. Yeah, it's not catching all the hits on that.
It's called velocity.
Well, and
You got to judge the velocity of it, and you got to fucking.
It's got the re-trigger setting, but they don't really work too good.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Elise's. Roland is dominant.
Oh yeah.
I got Heart Dynamics like a dummy, but I got the Roland TD20 module. So I should have gotten a Roland TD20 module with a Roland TD20 set, because those are the best in the industry, right? But you're talking about at that time when I was doing that, $3,000. I didn't have that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And now you can find a Roland TD20 set for probably $1,500, on eBay. It's still eBay. The fucking thing
I
that
fucking
sucks.
love eBay, man.
I do too, man.
Yeah, you can also buy, this is what I wish I would have known, when I was a young buck. You can also buy little parts of the set and do it yourself. And you will inevitably spend way less, which, by the way, is with everything. Even a bass, you can find a bass that's bare bones bass and then fucking build it yourself. No, of course, you have to have the knowledge.
I feel like that's, but I know, I understand the point you mean.
You see what I'm saying?
I would say a computer is a better example. A better parallel is like if you want to build a PC, don't buy the power.
An E-drum set is a computer. So you are basically building it yourself.
Yeah.
And Bobby B, do you not build a little bit? I mean, you put up a post about fixing stuff on eBay.
Oh, I've been buying like junk ass PlayStation 4s.
Okay.
And anytime they say it's like, oh, this, the disc doesn't work or whatever, all you have to do is pop the top off and fucking clean the rollers.
Fucking pop the top.
Was
Top
it
top
you?
off.
Were we talking about that YouTube channel, like the odd tinkering guy that like refurbishes
Yeah.
like the old Dreamcasts?
I know it's
shitty ass Sega Saturns and stuff.
Well, there's that guy, and then there's the other dude for Tronics Fix.
Okay.
Like he'll buy like 15 fucking PlayStation 4s and be like, I'll see if I can fix all of them.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Then he's like going through one. He's like, yeah, somebody pissed on this fucking shit. I'm going to use the board out of this. And
There's one on the other
thing.
channel where the guy finds a Game Boy Color, and it was one of the clear ones.
Yeah.
But it's like yellow, and it's got like cereal inside of it.
Oh, no shit.
Like it would been like, in the back seat of somebody's car, and their kids just like, ruined it. And he pulls it all apart. And he even has this shit where he has like a UV light box that's like filled with like fucking isopropyl alcohol.
Hydrogen peroxide.
That's it. Yeah.
Fuck.
You put that, if you put yellowed Super Nintendos in there.
Yeah, like tobacco stained like Sega Saturns and shit. There's just like
Yeah, put them in there for like 20 hours with blue UV lights on them, and they look brand fucking
So I bought everything to do like soldering on PCB boards.
Yeah.
And I did it, and it worked. And I felt like I was a champ.
It feels great
Right?
when you fucking fix some
Yeah.
fucked up computer shit.
And then here's what sucks. The thing fucked up, and I go, fuck, I got to do it again. Then it was winter, and I was working 80 hours every fucking week.
Is that
That was the Arsenal time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I go, well, fuck, I ain't doing this shit. I might as well just buy something else, and it sits there, and I still have it. I'm like, well, I kind of want to fix it to see if I can fix it again. But it was fun to fix, it was fun to solder. The problem is the resoldering, and so for me, I realized I needed a resoldering gun with a pump. So that I could actually get that out. I'm not good. I'm not like these fucking. You watch these YouTube videos and they're like, and you're like, how the fuck?
Because half the time they don't tell you. It's like this is under a fucking like microscope. Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like a macro lens that they're using to film it.
Well, the one guy, he'll use wires to fix traces and shit.
Exactly.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm just going to put this wire here." I'm like, "The wire's that fucking big."
Exactly.
The wire's so fucking small.
I've soldered something, but I've never like removed solder. I don't know how that works.
That's why you need a resoldering pump. So you get
solder
it hot,
sucker. They call it solder sucker. Okay.
But they got a soldering wick you can use too.
Yeah, I tried the wick and I was so bad at it. And it was probably because I was literally at an apartment trying not to fucking kick the fucking thing off every time I fucking soldered.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
If you're soldering, have your own little place, you know. I got a fucking
solder in an apartment.
Now I got a fucking little storage house out there I can fucking do whatever I want with, you know. And I've thought about it and I will get to it. I have a mixer that I want to fix. Still ECM 12. That fucker is still top of the line. Everybody wants one of them bitches. So if I can fix it, which is just a few capacitors that are blown, that's not hard. Anyway, the point is if you're showing that to people, I see that little Zach Damp said, "Hey, brother, want to help me out? You want to help me out and do my, whatever's broke?"
Who said that?
Zach Damp on your post. I seen that on Facebook.
I don't remember that.
I'm gonna tell you, it's on there, and I get it. Because if you're gonna put out that you can fix shit, people go, "He can fix shit." I love him. I need it.
I know Dan. Dan said he's got.
It was Dan Freitag.
Yeah, he said he's got an OG Xbox and PlayStation 2.
Mixed up Zach Damp with Dan Freitag because they look so similar. Anyway, it's getting to the fucking end of the YouTube.
Yeah,
we're going to do some plugs. And by the way, I think most of your plugs are up here where we're going to do this, my friend.
Is it only been an hour or is it?
It's been over an hour, my friend. Okay. We're at an hour and 16. And it doesn't matter either way. We're going to do...
let's do some plugs and then I got to pretty much fucking cut out because I have to pee and I got to make a woman dinner still.
Wow.
I know. Well, I was thinking, damn, time flew.
Time flies when you're getting fucking fucked.
Yeah. Or do we need to do extra time for?
No, you don't need to do nothing, brother. It's just wrestling with music and life. I might even do a podcast with.
I do need to complain. To you. You tried to promote that casket robbery show we were playing during one of the episodes, and all you said is, "We got a casket robbery," and that's fucking all you said.
Yeah, we had a casket robbery.
The one episode I'm not here, and like you casket robbery.
Is that not what it's right there?
I don't know I don't remember if you showed the flyer. I remember I remember footage of you looking up at the screen, and you're just like, casket robbery.
This guy's got 15 bands: Obsidian Hammer, Dementia, fucking Sundown,
2 bands, 3 bands at the moment.
Fallopian Tube or Rust. But Fallopian Rust. You got Fallopian Rust.
Anyways, you should you should put like some generic music under this part when we do plugs, like they do on Skanks, because this sounds a lot better. I'm serious.
Okay.
Do extra work. Anyways,
there's so much I need to do.
Yeah, I know. Casket Robbery, Pit Lord, we're playing with Casket Robbery and Empty Graves and Illusion of Fate, which is really fucking cool. March 20, what's it say, 29th? Is that 29th? Yes.
I don't know.
At Skylark.
I also got Shug's Hulkamania, which is literally tomorrow. Okay. Luck of Losers is Saturday. And check out Brothers, man. Check out Brothers. They are doing stuff. We're trying to make a fucking thing here, Bobby.
And then
we need you as well, bitch.
Also,
we need you.
I've
always needed you.
Obsidian Hammer. We're playing Raccoon Motel with Gaunt from Chicago, Rising Plague, Frontal Assault, fucking Cedar Rapids. It's the first Obsidian Hammer show in like 7 years here. Well, the first of the first 2 shows, or the second of the first 2 shows we played in fucking forever. And I booked that whole show, and I fucking hope at least 10 people show up. and that's it.
Exactly.
Hillard has some other shows coming up that aren't announced yet, and
So you only want 10 people there.
I mean, at least. I said at least.
Son of a bitch.
Oh my God. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to pay all the bands out of my money, which I'm going to do anyways.
So not every show has to have an extras, but I'm going to let you know if you're going to wrestlingwithmusicandlife.com, you're going to find extras. And I want to say thank you to Bobby B. This is one of my favorite humans in the planet. I love you, buddy. I want them to do the music they want to do, and I want to promote that, and I want all the Quad Cities to love it, which they will.
First Fallopian,
especially Fallopian
EP
Tube or whatever.
Demo is going to be called "Touching Shit and Piss at the Gas Station," at the truck stop,
Oh,
In the stairwell.
fuck! We should have talked about that whole time. We fucked up. Anyway, love you guys.
There can always be part 2. You know?
Part 2, we will do a special.
Bob's going to be on a regular schedule at some point, so we can.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
All right, love you guys.
I've got a few
Wrastlingwithmusicandlife.com. Suck my asshole.